It looks like orange titanium. But it isn't. Beneath the striking cosmic orange finish of the iPhone 17 Pro Max is a precisely engineered aluminium structure, designed to protect the phone and help control the heat generated inside it. Every component must fit within millimeters. Every opening must align. Every camera must be calibrated. And one microscopic defect can stop a completed phone from reaching the customer. So how are aluminium, glass, silicon and precision optics transformed into the cosmic orange iPhone 17 Pro Max? Behind that polished surface, every stage must balance strength, heat, space and precision before the device can survive its final inspection. The manufacturing scenes shown here are research-based visual reconstructions. Apple does not publicly reveal every proprietary machine or production sequence. But the phone's most visible transformation begins with aluminium. Prepared aluminium stock is heated and positioned beneath an industrial press. Immense pressure forces the metal into a dense structural form. At this stage, it is thick, unfinished, and barely recognizable. Yet inside this rough piece is enough material to create the frame, internal cavity, and rear camera plateau. The forged form now enters a computer-controlled machining center. Cutting tools descend and remove aluminium through programmed movements. First, the machine shapes the outside. Then it carves the internal spaces where the battery, logic board, thermal system, speakers, and cameras will fit. The internal walls must remain strong without wasting space. Openings must align with the buttons, microphones, antennas, speakers, and USB-C connection. As coolant flows across the metal, the rough form gradually becomes recognizable as an iPhone. Automated probes inspect its dimensions. Machine vision systems scan surfaces, edges and openings for deviations too small for the human eye to detect. A single measurement outside the accepted range can stop the enclosure from continuing. Approved parts are cleaned and prepared for their most visible transformation, the cosmic orange finish. In this reconstruction, the aluminium passes through controlled cleaning, surface refinement and coloring stages designed to produce a durable, consistent appearance. The unfinished silver enclosure slowly becomes cosmic orange. Under calibrated lighting, optical systems compare its color, texture and reflectivity. Even a slight variation may send it for further inspection. But the aluminium body is more than a decorative shell. It is also part of the thermal architecture. At the center of the device is the A19 Pro processor. To move heat away from the processor, the phone uses a vapor chamber containing deionized water. As the processor becomes hot, the liquid absorbs energy and changes into vapor. The vapor spreads through the chamber, carrying heat away. In cooler regions, it condenses back into liquid, allowing the cycle to repeat. Working with the aluminium chassis, the chamber spreads heat across a wider area instead of allowing it to remain concentrated around the processor. Next comes the logic board. This compact assembly contains the processor, memory, power management hardware, and thousands of electrical pathways. High-speed machines position microscopic components onto the board. Inspection cameras verify their orientation before controlled soldering. Specialized imaging then examines hidden electrical connections. A defect invisible from the surface can still cause the entire board to fail. Once approved, the logic board is installed and connected to the thermal system. The battery, speakers, haptic hardware, and wireless components are fitted around it, using almost every remaining space. Then come the three 48-megapixel rear cameras. Robotic equipment lowers each module into the forged rear plateau. Inside every module are precision lenses, an image sensor, focusing hardware and stabilization components. A microscopic alignment error could affect sharpness or image stability. The assembled phone is aimed at calibrated targets at different distances and under controlled lighting. Software measures focus, alignment, color response and image consistency. All three cameras must operate as one coordinated system. Next, the 6.9-inch display is inspected for pixel defects, brightness variation and color inconsistencies. The approved panel is aligned with the enclosure and connected to the electronics. Sealing materials are applied along controlled paths before the phone is closed. For the first time, the display activates. Automated systems test touch response, brightness, color, and refresh behavior. The speakers and microphones receive controlled signals. Wireless systems connect. Buttons and ports are checked. The cameras focus on targets at several distances. Thermal cameras monitor the enclosure while the processor operates under load. A seal test may detect an incomplete closure. Then comes the final cosmetic inspection. Under carefully positioned lights, cameras examine the cosmic orange surface, rear glass, display, lenses, and every visible edge. A scratch, particle, color variation or alignment problem can send the device for further review. Only approved phones reach packaging. The finished device is cleaned, scanned, and placed inside fiber-based packaging. The box is sealed and transferred into a global distribution network. Under controlled studio lighting, the completed phone finally emerges from darkness. Light moves across the brushed cosmic orange aluminium. The 3 camera lenses rise above the forged rear plateau. The display comes to life. What appears to be one seamless object is actually the result of metallurgy, thermal engineering, electronics, optics, and microscopic precision. The aluminium must provide strength while spreading heat. The vapor chamber must move energy away from the processor. The battery, logic board, and cameras must occupy nearly every available millimeter. And every connection, opening, and seal must survive inspection. This is not orange titanium. It is forged aluminium surrounding one of the most advanced collections of consumer technology ever placed inside a pocket-sized device. The cosmic orange iPhone 17 Pro Max shaped by pressure. Built through precision. Tested at every critical stage. And approved only when thousands of separate components perform as one complete device.